And hold on, let me put a mic. One moment. Hopefully my audio is good. Uh, I think you guys can hear me. Hey, can you see if you can hear my stream really quick? Okay. I would check myself, but I just want to see if you can hear me. You can tell I'm not a professional. By the way, these Kimtech wipes, if you're really lazy at cleaning your screen or cleaning your phone, just whip one of these things out and just wipe your lens with this. They use this. Yeah, they use this to clean microscopes, but if you're a total luxury person like I am, completely spoiled and bougie, you just get these disposable wipes instead of using a microfiber. I just felt lazy to grab the microfiber, so I just grabbed this today. Total waste, I know, it's not reusable. I just felt like using it. I mean, you could cut them in little halves or reuse them, right? So this, I think the box is about $3 for 280. If you're like me and you're just, you want to get your values worth, just cut them in half or cut them in fourths even. I mean, the thing isn't that big, right? And then you could just, yeah, reuse them. So maybe I'll save that on the side. Okay, so the screen is so much clearer. And this thing, I had this, repaired this, and I used this. Now, if you guys remember, I did do a super glue job over here. However, unfortunately, it ripped through. The reason being is when Lewis grabs this stuff out, he rips it from the keychain. So although I reinforced it over here, it ripped right out. Same thing with this one. I thought, hey, this one is a hard plastic. There is no way he's going to break this off. However, because he pulls it by the keychain, the circle over here fell off. I don't know where it went off to. So I have this little, random area kind of thing. And I just keep like a little knickknacks here and there, and this was one of them. You can call it the equivalent of having like a really tiny junk drawer. So this thing, I had it as a spare just in case I needed a little thing over here, and I grabbed this from a handbag that I was throwing away. They have this little keychain attachment. Now, instead of putting one of these things back on here, because I knew he was going to rip it off anyway, and I tried to reinforce it best I could, I looked and I found this thing, which is one of those like key rings that you use for your keys. There is no way this thing is going to break off now. Because this, if you look at the materials, right, this is a thick plastic plus a thick metal plus a thick, yeah, thick plastic, thick metal, another thick plastic. Unless one of these three things breaks, it's not going to be falling off. Now, if you want to do this without ruining your nails, you can use a coin. For instance, you can use a dime. And let's see, how do I do this? I think you just put this over here. I've heard people use like coins or so, but I'm always like, or you could use a butter knife actually. Right, like you could just put it over here. See that? Like that. And then you could put this thing through here. Hopefully it's big enough. If not, grab a quarter. Let's see. Come on. And make this a little thicker. See? And all I'm going to do is just feed this thing in on through this side. Let's see. Sometimes these things are really, has a lot of tension in it. Oh, okay, so the coin thing isn't going to work for me. Bye-bye nails. It's okay. I mess up my nails all the time anyway. Okay. Let's see. One moment. They just feed it through. Oh my gosh. Someone's looking at this and they're like, oh, her poor nails. Okay, hold up. Pliers. I need to put it closer to my face. Okay, here we go. So I got my little plier thing in over here. You guys might not notice this, but this, my hands are actually about 1.5 feet away from my face right now. So let's see. Come on. Oh. I want to show you guys this on camera. Let's see. This is why some people have overhead cameras. Rather than faraway cameras like I do. Okay. But I am sure I'm going to be able to do it. Ooh! Yeah, send it to me on Discord. I will check it out. Actually, wait, I have you added, I think, on YouTube. And if you have it uploaded, I can see it there. Thank you. I will check it out. This is the kind of thing where I thought it was going to take me really short, but it actually takes me significantly longer. This thing, as you can see, it's pretty thick, so I gotta make sure I line it up right, and it's a little aggravating, but what can I say? Sometimes when you do this stuff, it's not the most fluid process ever, right? This is the nitty-gritty stuff. You can see it's unedited too. But I am determined. I'm not going to let this little piece of metal mess me up. And I could get a bigger one, but I don't have a bigger one around here. I don't have a bigger keychain ring. Actually, what I do have it on my keys, but I'm going to take my chances with this one. Oh, gosh. Did you see that? That's the beautiful thing about, oh, look at that, I nicked the table. That's a beautiful thing about, like, repairing items. You fumble, and sometimes you're like, oh, dang it, I look like such a fool, and I stream. I look like such a fool when I stream this kind of stuff, but when people do this kind of stuff, you know, there's probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who do. Oh, look at that. I didn't even need that, I just needed to. There we go. See? Persistence pays off. And this side over here. Oh, wait a second. I could have just put I could have just put it over here instead. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. I'll just connect it that way. You see what I could have done? I could have just like taken this thing off and then just connected this on the other side. Whoops. Oh well. Okay, let's see. So this is a very snug metal thing right now. Let's see if I can even find the opening. Can I move this thing through? There's no way this thing's gonna fall out. So if you guys have a sentimental keychain, you got one of these like flimsy metal things, change it out with a key ring. You can buy these things for, I think, less than $1, or $1 at like Home Depot. And you can probably find it at the 99-cent store maybe. I've seen those things. Or if you have a keychain that you just have lying around and you don't really like using it, just swap it out, right? Because I've lost some pretty cute keychains. And the reason why I lost them is because they had these flimsy little metal rings, those things. And when they fell out, I was kind of agitated by it. I was like, dang it. This was years ago. That did not do anything. Yeah. I realized like a lot of the hobbies I tried to get into, the hobby that I like the most, believe it or not, is actually repairing small items. I like maintaining things. Like if something breaks, I want to see if I can fix it, repair it. You guys have seen me trying to prolong the life of my MacBook charger cable versus something like painting, you know, like no shade to painters over here, but I know for myself, I'm not a big person on painting, and painting is not my strong suit, so I rather do something. Oh my gosh, I just made that all nice and then boom, it went right off. I like doing something that I feel like it's not rocket science to do, but you just need to have persistence. And this is really hard to slide through right now, at least the metal part, which makes me quite happy because I don't want this thing to fall randomly off. So, ta-da. Okay, just a matter of time. Going in. Ta-da! So that took 10 minutes, and now I can be confident. Hopefully I won't have to do any more repairs for this. What I could alternatively do is I could have actually connected this and this together, you see, rather than have it separate over here, because my thinking is like, yeah, I connect it over here, but it's actually much stronger to connect it here rather than there. Does that make sense? Maybe it's just me, because he uses it like this. So if I had it connected on the base here, I feel like that might have been better. Let's see. I don't think I can do another one over here. That might be pushing it. But let's see. Actually, I can. I have enough space for this. So if you maintain this, hopefully you never have to deal with this kind of thing again. Okay. So in hindsight, I didn't even have to use this like double keychain. So I actually might, I know this is going to trigger some people, but I actually might undo this little one, because I just kind of think to myself, like, I don't know. Actually, now I'm going to keep it. So you can put it like that. You can have it hanging over here, and then hook it to something if he wants to. Let me ask him. Hey. So I reinforced it, so that way it looks really neat. Do you rather have it like this, or would you rather have the super body on one? Like, so that way you can't use it.
Probably one there.
So,
That's what I think it was.
okay.
I like lots.
So I'm gonna take out the little one that I struggled with for a couple of minutes, and I don't mind doing it because, yeah, it's like, no, I can reuse it in case I have a keychain that I need to fix. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Let's see if I can take it out. I gotta undo my work. It looks more aesthetic if it's 1 versus 2. Okay, there we go. See? So much simpler this way. Putting it on was such a pain. Taking it off is so much easier. I'm not even gonna use a coin. I'll damage my fingernails and then tell everybody, oh, my fingernails look a little broken. You know the reason why. It was worth it. Plus, my fingernails broke pretty fast, so 2-3 weeks, I'll be all good. Versus if I don't handle this, 2-3 weeks, it continue to be broken. See that? So this is something that you don't have to be at home to do it, right? You can just have the parts, do it at while you're waiting for the subway or something. But I think that is quite nice. Yeah. Here's his resolve dongle, and here it is. So if he wants to put this together, he can. Hopefully it stays out. Let's see. I like having this thing because then you know where the peacock is. This was actually lying around the apartment without any hook on it, but for whatever reason, I know people will say, oh my gosh, I thought it was cute, so I saved it, and when this one broke off, I thought, hey, wait a second, I still have this cute one lying around, and I just thought it was kind of adorable. It's from Myrtle Beach. I don't know who had it. I didn't pick it up. It was lying around in the apartment, and it has little sand in it. So whoever's from Myrtle Beach, know that this thing was bought as a souvenir. You guys know my thoughts about souvenirs. I don't like buying trinkets and keychains and things like that unless you really, really could use it. But for me, I don't like any touristy stuff, because if I did, I would have so many touristy keychains in Florida, Maine, New Hampshire. You know, it's all stuff that I don't need. But this thing, it has a purpose. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. But if you have any of these like extra chains lying around, I would say try to like save them, because you never know. You don't even need that much, okay? But you never know when this stuff can be useful. And whoops, you can see that I overdid it. And if you do decide to reuse these chains, make sure you kind of over crimp it like how I did over there. If you do decide to use this for something, don't pull it from this side, okay? Unless you have one of these key rings, these super strong ones, because as you guys saw, this thing pulls apart. And yeah, this thing will last forever. I'm certain of it. Only thing this is going to break is this part breaks, or this plastic. The plastic is the only thing that's going to break. See? Hopefully it doesn't get lost. I will talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoy the repair. It's not anything big or anything super technical. However, I do strongly advocate for, trying to find a little solution. I find a lot of joy in this stuff because it's like figuring out a puzzle. At the end of the day, I can look at it and say, yeah, I put in 15 minutes of work to make this thing happen, and it solves the problem. See ya.